annual meeting. And then I'm going to hand over to our president, Tevan, who will lead you through the awards presentations and our discussion session. So first up, from me and all the trustees, I want to say that we hope that you and your loved ones are and remain safe and well in these very difficult times. And we are, as I said, delighted to have you with us at the annual meeting. Thank you for making the time. Okay, so our first piece of business on the formal agenda of the annual meeting is to refer to the minutes of the previous meeting and vote on a resolution to accept those minutes. I hope we can accept those minutes. The minutes have been available for download from the Bafa website for quite some time now. So I'm going to propose that we vote on a resolution to accept those minutes. Would somebody please second that?
I'll second it.
Thank you. And now, Tracy, could I ask you please to show us the electronic voting for that resolution?
It's now on.
That would be Tevan.
Yeah, it's already there. Can you see it?
Now, where do we find that, Tevan, for those of us who are new to this?
There should be a poll coming right now. Right now.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. So
okay, I think nearly everyone has voted. A few more to vote, please.
Stephen, could you advise people where they actually vote?
There should be a screen in front of you to say yes, no, abstain.
Yes.
And it's nearly, I think we've got more people coming in.
Yeah, you've got 90% answers, I think.
I think we've got all the, yeah. So let me just end the polling at that point, because I think we have other people joining in. So here are the results. So yes, 90%. Do you see the results, Richard?
Excellent. In that case,
yeah.
I declare that resolution carried,
okay,
and I think it was carried NEMCON. Nobody voting against. So that's carried NEMCON by this annual meeting. Okay. So moving on to the second item on our agenda. Are there any matters arising from the previous minutes? My suggestion would be, unless there are burning issues which are not elsewhere on the agenda, we simply take these as they come up in other parts of the agenda.
Yeah.
Anyone want to disagree with that? Okay, let's in that case proceed on that basis. Right, the third item of formal business is the trustees' report and accounts. Again, the report and accounts for 2019, duly signed off by our independent examiner, have been available for download from the Bafa website for quite some time. In fact, here we don't vote to accept these, but we record formally that they have been received by the meeting. So I'm going to ask for that to be recorded unless anyone has an objection. Okay, so the trustees' report and accounts for 2019 has been received formally by this meeting. Fourth item of formal business. This is the appointment of an independent examiner to look at the report and accounts for the current year and to report back to the annual meeting 2021. We are looking to reappoint Neil Hitchings of Francis Clark. The trustees believe that this independent examiner and his firm do a very, very good and thorough job, so we don't hesitate in proposing him for reappointment. So Tracy, could we bring up the vote for this one, please?
It's me. Yeah.
Ah, sorry.
No, that's okay. Launch for. Right, nearly there, I think. 31, 32, a few more to vote, please. Few more to vote.
I think that's,
Yeah, we're
I
getting
think
to,
that's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah.
So again, I think I'm going to declare that that resolution was carried nem con without any votes against. So thank you for that. The next item of business for the meeting is to receive a report on equality, diversity and inclusion monitoring within Bafa. This is something that we have on the agenda for the second year running since we developed our equality, diversity and inclusivity policy. And I'm going to call upon our new Vice President, Stuart Smith, to say a few words on that. Over to you, Stuart.
Right. Thanks very much, Richard. Hopefully you can all see the screen here. There we go. Right, just the one slide for this year. Don't want to take up too much time. Just a couple of points really on this. The main driver behind the EDI policy is that we throw open and give opportunities for every member of Bafa to come on board and take on roles, and particularly leadership roles within the organization, within the association at various different levels. We've had the policy in place now, and it's, as Richard mentioned, is on the Bafa website for a couple of years. We're looking to develop this a little bit further, and one of the new initiatives that we would hope for, that we're aiming to do for the next year is to actually include possibly within the trustees report, as part of the annual report, a section on EDI that will give some more detailed and some statistical results about how we're doing in relation to these areas. But as I said, the main drive in the policy is to ensure that we have opportunities available for everybody who's a member of the association to take on roles in the leadership. And so the way that we've done that over the last year or so is continuing on this new practice of actually advertising whenever a senior Bafa leadership role it becomes vacant, advertising that for a period of at least a month on the website and through our e-newsletters, and encouraging people then to apply. And you can see here I've listed off since our last AGM the number of posts. There's actually when you add up, because at times there are 2 or 3 executive committee members being advertised, so we've had nearly 30 roles in the organization actually have been advertised that way, all the way through from trustee roles, myself as a vice president, and our new general secretary as well, and through to leadership roles within each of the subgroups, so CDAF or the area groups such as the Scottish or the Southwest area groups, and then through to members coming on to executive committee members in some of the other subgroups. So just really to finish up, for anybody who is interested in this area, please do keep an eye on the newsletters on our website. We regularly are advertising where there are these vacant leadership positions, and we want to encourage people at all levels within their career and to take on to put their hat in the ring if it's appropriate, and to apply for these posts as they become vacant. Thanks very much.
Stuart, thank you very much indeed for that. Right, on to item 6 on our formal agenda, which is concerning the appointment or the position of trustees. So under the first vote we need here, we're looking to appoint Stuart to continue as a trustee and our vice president until the 30th of April 2022, so that's completing a 2-year term, and then for him to become president after that for 2 years. Stuart has been a trustee and our vice president since the 1st of May under a co-option by the Board of Trustees. But now we have an annual meeting, the right thing to do is to vote on this formally. So I nominate that. Would anyone second that, please? That second, I propose that resolution. Would somebody like to shout out to second?
Yeah, I second that.
Thank you. In which case, could we have the poll up, please?
Yeah, here it is. Okay, a few more. Thank you for voting. Thank you.
I think that's sufficient for us. I think, again, we record that resolution was carried NEMCON without any adverse votes. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, we now have the case of Ian Crawford. Ian has been a trustee and general secretary of Bafa by co-option of the Board of Trustees again since the 1st of May this year. But since we have an annual meeting, again, the right thing to do is to vote upon this. The vote here is that Ian continue as a trustee and general secretary of Bafa until the 30th of April 2023. I propose that. Would somebody shout out to second, please?
I second it.
Thank you. Right, may we have the poll?
Yeah, here it is.
Thank you.
Okay. Any more votes? Okay, right.
I think that's sufficient.
That's sufficient, yes.
Yes. I think that we declare that to be carried again, NEMCON, without any contrary votes. Finally, as regards trustee appointments, there is actually, that's one which concerns me. I was previously General Secretary of Bafa due to finish my final term on the 30th of April next year. As you've heard, Ian took over as General Secretary on the 1st of May, and under a resolution of the Board of Trustees, I transitioned to become a non-executive trustee for the final period of my trusteeship. Again, this needs to be formalised by a vote in annual meeting. So the vote here is that I continue to serve this final year of my trusteeship as a non-executive trustee. Since this concerns me, could I ask for someone else to propose and then someone else to second?
I propose this motion.
And I second this motion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Could we have the poll then, please?
Here it is. Here's the poll coming. Okay.
I think that's sufficient. So I think we'll declare that resolution is carried again, NEMCON, without any contrary votes. I'm not aware of any items of other business which have been pre-apprised to either the President or the General Secretary. So that being the case, I would like to again thank you all for making time to attend this meeting, and indeed for Ian and Tracy and others who've managed to put this together in difficult circumstances. I think it's worked rather well. But thank you very much to everybody, and I now declare the 2020 annual meeting of Bafa closed. and it's my pleasure now to hand over to our President, Tevan, who will lead us through the awards.